7-8 Fight News here with the Brother Blood Boxing. What up?
What's up, brother, man?
Nothing much, man. Talk some more boxing. All right, Ricky Hatton, the Hitman, Ricky Hatton, the greatest fighter of all time, has returned, Blood.
You must be talking about the Hitman Tommy Hearn.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only Hitman I know.
Yeah, I must have been mistaken. What you think of Ricky Hatton's return, man? What you think? Who you think he's gonna? Who you think his next opponent is gonna be? And do you think this is a good decision for Ricky Hatton to return to boxing?
Well, if he goes in to fight Amir Khan, I think that they could have like a battle of the British bums between Khan and Hatton. Me personally, I was a Hatton fan at one point, man. I liked Hatton coming up. But, Hatton has been out of the ring for a while. He's gotten a little older. He had the problem with the cocaine. I don't know how many of y'all saw that video, but a few years ago there was a video out and it was circulating around on YouTube with Ricky Hatton snorting some cocaine, and I'm talking this motherfucker had like he was taking grams of his nose, looked like one of the lines looked like a fucking tram. And being outside of the ring and not really taking boxing seriously and doing drugs and stuff like that for whatever reason, them British boys seem to love that cocaine. But doing all this shit right here, I just don't see him being any better when he comes back. I see it being worse for him. I don't think he can beat any of the top fighters. And Ricky Hatton is just going to be a name on somebody's record at this point. I say him and Khan get together and just have a fight for Great Britain, some shit like that. And I think that would be a good fight for England over there. But he's not a major player anymore, man. He's done.
Right. I definitely don't want to see him fight Mayweather Pacquiao, because them dudes, he already fought and lost to him. He need to be fighting. If he's going to fight, he need to be probably fighting some other guys, some other contenders out there to prove himself. But what you think of the Miguel Cotto-Austin Trout fight?
Oh, man, now this is a good one. I like the fact that Cotto gave Trout a chance. But if Trout comes in there and he beats Cotto's ass and knocks him out, then I don't want to hear no fucking excuses when I make my point about the media's ranking systems again. Because, once again, that's going to kind of discredit Miguel Cotto, in a way. Because Cotto, to me, is a great fighter, okay? But he's one of those type of guys, man, who I really don't know where he's at right now or how far he's drifted away from his prime. A lot of people like to say that he's a better fighter now. He's learned to box better and this and that. But regardless, he's been through some wars. I think he's older now. So, he fits real well into 154. But I'm wondering if this guy right here might be the one who could beat Cotto. But see, Cotto's taking a chance. He's doing something a lot of the media high fighters do not do, which he's taking a chance against a young, undefeated fighter, which that's something we do not see very often. So I always take my hat off to Miguel Cotto still, regardless, because he's a warrior. He took on all the tough fights when other media high fighter was sitting on his ass or doing whatever. Miguel Cotto was out there taking all the tough fights and getting hit with bricks and all kind of shit. So, I would like to see Cotto make it through this fight, so maybe we could set something up and he could have one more big fight. But I like this kid Trout too, though. I really like this kid Trout, and if he could beat Miguel Cotto, let's see how long it takes for Alvarez to give him a shot.
Yeah, you can best believe if Austin Trout goes out there and destroys Miguel Cotto, he not gonna see no Saul Alvarez fight, man. Alvarez gonna stay clear away from him. But what do you think of Manny Pacquiao's decision to face Marquez for the 4th time?
Well, you know what, man? I was watching one of the only shows I really like on Sports Talk, which is Jim Rome on CBS. He used to be on ESPN. And he was talking about the fight, and he said something I agree with. I don't always agree with everything Rome says, but he said that nobody really cares about this fight no more at this stage. And I feel the same way. I second that. I don't really think this is an important fight anymore. Now, what people are not mentioning is the 6 or 7 year difference in age between Pacquiao and Marquez.
Right.
This works in Pacquiao's favor because Marquez is like damn 39 years old now. He's like kicking 40 in the ass. So people never want to consider that. So if Pacquiao goes out there and he wipes the floor with Marquez or he defeats Marquez, then, you know, what's the big deal? You know, Marquez is getting pretty old now. He's getting up there. You can't expect a 39-year-old to keep, you know, going in there fighting Manny Pacquiao time after time and keep coming out on top every time because there's an age difference, and that favors Pacquiao. As time goes on, the age difference favors Manny Pacquiao, and I just don't think that it's a necessary fight at this point. I think that Pacquiao really, you know, is better off waiting on a Mayweather fight, or I would like to say or retire, but I really don't think Manny Pacquiao's money situation is straight. I just have a feeling that his money ain't right, you know, because he has let the media bash him constantly, and you know, I was reading articles, Bob Arum will decide when fights next, and, you know, why would somebody in Pacquiao's status put up with that from the media? Why would he put up? Because he's humble? I mean, he needs some money, man. I think that Pacquiao's one of those fighters he's given. You know, he's definitely a given guy. He keeps a lot of people around him. He looks out for all his friends and stuff. But at some point, you got to cut them motherfuckers off. Because we've seen it happen way too many times in the past where these guys have all these friends and stuff around them. Then as soon as they lose and they're no longer the top fighter, all these motherfuckers disappear. And then, you know, these people, these fighters are left to, you know, they're just left there, man. They just leave them hanging there. Right. But they'll have to fall apart. There was a fighter the other day, man, who I was reading some shit about. Oh, I know it was Iran Barkley. I was reading about how he was homeless and then like he got a house bought for him or something. But, you know, he was another guy who just gave out a lot of money to friends and stuff. And I know that Pacquiao's on a higher level than Barkley, but still, it can happen to anyone. You know, it's just, I think he needs to get rid of all the motherfuckers around him, man, and redo his shit, man. Just reevaluate his career, man. Right. So if he fights Marquez, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to buy it, but I'll watch it. I would have preferred personally to see him fight Timothy Bradley again, or wait on the Mayweather fight. Okay, so now in other news, Sergio Martinez, you know, is apparently gonna have Naseem Richardson in his corner versus Chavez. So, how do you think that that's gonna help Sergio at all? I don't know, man. I think having Naseem Richardson in your corner will help, because this is the same guy who, you know, caught Margarito with the hand wraps, and you know, he's a good guy, and he has that kind of personality that brings the fighter some strength. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in his personality, in his demeanor. I think it's always good to have somebody like him in the court. I don't know how helpful he could be at this point, but I think it's definitely a plus to have him in the corner, and in some form or another, it's a plus. Right. Yeah. I think, I don't know about that fight, man. Like I said, I think I got a gut feeling, man, with the, you know, the politics of boxing. I just got a gut feeling that Chavez is gonna win. But if Martinez does beat Chavez, you know, sky's really the limit for Sergio Martinez. And you know, I already hear Oscar De La Hoya talking about, you know, he would love to see Alvarez versus Martinez. I think that's bullshit. He ain't gonna let Alvarez fight Martinez unless, you know, maybe he might though. He might, you know, just to compete with Chavez or whatever. But other than that, man, I guess the only other thing going on right now is Randall Bailey, the welterweight IBF champion belt holder. You know, he had his situation with Devin Alexander, and he, you know, apparently got hurt or whatever. And Devin Alexander's team has been saying that's bullshit. He ain't really hurt. He just, you know, he faking it or whatever. What do you think about that? You heard anything about that? I did hear about it. I heard them calling him all kind of names, and you know, they just saying that he basically wasn't prepared for the fight. From what I hear, he wasn't training very hard, so that was made as an excuse. I don't really know because you know, I can't put it past anybody, man, to make something up. I think plenty of fighters have done it in the past. They've made up their fake injuries. Even Bernard Hopkins did it with Dawson. Whether it's in the ring or outside of the ring, claiming an injury, you know, injuries have been used as an excuse to either get yourself out of a fight, to delay time. You know, that's an excuse that's been abused in the past. So I wouldn't put it past Randall Bailey to do something like that. But the fact of the matter is that Alexander just needs to either wait on Bailey or just keep it moving. Shit, I mean, the world don't revolve around Randall Bailey. If you train hard, just keep it moving. There's other guys out there you can fight. Whatever happened with that shit with him and Malignaggi talking all that shit anyway? Alexander and Malignaggi. Weren't they talking a lot? Malignaggi tickets at each other?
They was. Malignaggi don't want no problems though. Malignaggi, he got a belt and he holding on to it. He holding that motherfucker hostage, boy. Malignaggi ain't.
Oh yeah, because the first person that fight him with his you know, a little fake what's them boys, Jersey Shore looking motherfuckers. You know, them little fake Jersey Shore looking motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I see Malignaggi, I think of Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
I think of, you know, all them motherfuckers look alike to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he need to hold on to that shit as long as he can, cause you know, he ain't no world champion. He ain't no fucking champion. He's just a man holding one of the alphabet belts right now.
Okay, man.
And I also hope just to go back one more time to the Chavez thing. Man, I just really I can't go for Chavez, bro. Not even for a future whooping against Ward, because he ain't never gonna fight Ward, bro. If he gets through this shit with Martinez, he's gonna fight a bunch of fucking C-class fighters. He ain't never ever gonna step up and fight a Ward. He ain't gonna do it. So any chance I see for Chavez to get his ass whooped so he can send him home back to his daddy and go live in his daddy's basement, because he ain't shit. I don't want to see Chavez no more in boxing. Get rid of that motherfucker. That motherfucker is garbage, man.
Man, I'm rooting for Chavez, man. I want that motherfucker to go out there and beat Sergio, man. And Chavez is gonna be a good. If he beats Martinez, man, oh my goodness, this is gonna be just. I'm telling you, eventually he gonna get to Ward, man. He gonna have to fight him unless he just skip 168.
He gonna fight him though, man. I don't think he know better. He ain't gonna fight Andre Ward, man.
Yeah,
Chavez fight Andre Ward, man. Please, he ain't his dad now. Now his daddy would have took that fight. His dad would have been gunning for whoever was around him. But Chavez Jr., he's a fucking, you know, man. He just spoiled as fuck, man. He's spoiled as hell.
Yeah, man. They say that the WBC, what they crooked ass, is trying to strip Andre Ward of his title, and you know, they only doing that shit because they know whatever happens in this Chavez-Martinez fight, Chavez can move up to 168 and get a piece and fight for a vacant title against some bum, and then he, you know, it's just bullshit, man.
Yeah, he'll always use an excuse, man. They probably did. Do you think that the WBC is really planning it out for Chavez?
I do, man. Jose Suleiman, look, man, that's Chavez's godfather, man. He not finna, man, let nothing happen to that dude, man. I'm telling you.
Well, how the fuck are they gonna even talk about stripping anybody to WBC when fucking Chavez don't even take drug tests?
Right.
He don't even take drug tests. This motherfucker skipped down and drug tests, and I don't hear nobody. I don't know what it is with this Chavez guy. Nobody's really talking about this other than people in the comment sections on YouTube videos. But nobody else is talking about this guy's flawed, fucked up ways, man. This motherfucker is skipping out on drug tests, which leads me to believe he dirty.
Yeah, he is.
Not only is he fucking coming into the abusing the WBC's choke up a weight policy. Now I saw a few of y'all with your little comment. As long as he makes weight, it's okay. Nah, it's not okay. Go back to same day weigh-ins, like I said before, real same day weigh-ins. Not that shit they don't read the fucking rules on how they're applying the same day weigh-in? See, you make comments like that, but you don't know what that same day weigh-in shit entails, man. You guys need to go back and look at that shit again and tell me that that shit is cool. And on top of that, he's a cheater too. He's a cheater, man.
Oh yeah.
He didn't take the test, so the way I see it, he's a cheater.
Yeah, I feel you. What you think of Lucas Matisse, man? The dude Matisse, man, I got a lot of respect for this dude, man. He fighting everybody and he putting ass whoopings out. He giving out ass whoopings. You know what I'm saying? Matisse, to me, is underrated at 140 pounds. You know, Danny Garcia is the champion right now. You know, but Danny Garcia is fighting washed up Eric Morales again.
I heard he's fighting Eric Morales again.
Yeah, he fighting Eric Morales again. It's like, I mean, you know, that's Golden Boy putting that bullshit together, man, to maximize their dollars. But if he run into Matisse, man, I think Matisse gonna lay Garcia out.
Yeah, me too. But the thing is that you know, I think that Garcia will eventually fight him, though. I really do. I think that Garcia will man up to fight him.
Yeah.
I think that he's going to. I think he's going to man up to fight him. When that fight does come about, it's going to be a damn good fight, too. 140, man, is packed. Anywhere from 140 to 154 is stacked right now. And that picture needs to be cleared up from weight class to weight class. But right now, you know, we still got to wait on fights like fucking Garcia versus Morales again, which to me, you know, that's why I'm so disappointed in Oscar De La Hoya, man, because I thought with him being a fighter and, you know, getting ripped off from Bob Arum and all of that shit, I thought for sure that he would make some steps and clean up the sport. But he ain't doing nothing but turn into another greedy-ass promoter, giving us bullshit fights, man. This is a bullshit fight. Eric Morales need to be sitting down in Mexico somewhere, man, chilling, enjoying life. Not out here still fighting these guys, man. I mean, it's his choice if he still wants to fight, but he's not a top fighter anymore. He's too old now. Yeah,
I hear you, man. You know, he's not that old, but he's old.
He's old in the ring, though.
Right,
he's old in the ring because he's had tons of wars, man.
That's right. You know, and so I don't know. You know, I got a lot of respect for Eric Morales, but I think he washed up, man, at this point. And if he was to come back and beat Danny Garcia, that shit would just be ridiculous for Garcia. But in the last news we got is that Freddie Roach did an interview confirming that, from what he was told at least, that 50 Cent is negotiating on behalf of Floyd Mayweather to make a Pacquiao fight, and if things go through with you know, apparently it's somebody willing to pay $200 million for this fucking fight. So apparently if the stuff goes through with Mayweather and Pacquiao can agree on terms, then they're gonna, I guess, just push Marquez to the side and take the Mayweather fight. What do you think, man? Do you think that this, I mean, frankly, I'm tired of even talking about it and hearing about it, but do you think that this fight is ever gonna fucking happen?
Man, I think the fight is going to happen. I actually think the shit's going to happen, but I mean, it's already too late, and I think it's just, as the time goes on, it just loses a lot of its luster, but I think the fight will occur probably next year sometime. They'll be able to come together on terms, but I'm done listening to guys like Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach just always running his mouth about some shit. The guy can still barely talk, and he's still got too much to say. He needs to just go sit his ass down. He's a joke. Just like everybody say, he's a joke coach, and he needs to go sit his ass down. Somebody need to get that fucking Raid can and spray that motherfucker. Every time he talks, somebody needs to have some Raid to the side and spray that motherfucker with that shit.
Shaky. That's what I call him. I call him Shaky. Yeah,
that's him right there, because everything about him is shaky. Not only his demeanor, but business he does, all that shit is shaky. So that's a good name for his ass.
Yeah, Shaky. Shaky. That motherfucker. But yeah, man. Andre Berto, man. You know, he went through his little problems with the kind of contaminated shit that he was taking. You know, tested positive, all that stuff. Now he's finna make a comeback, and there's rumors that he's looking to move up to 154 and face Cornelius Bundridge for his title. What you think of that?
I think Berto will defeat Bundridge. I think that's a good move for Berto. He might as well go up there, but it's time for them to do a little bit of a turning at 154.
Yeah.
Because, man, it's just so much. This guy Alvarez, man, he's up there fighting this guy, this little ass guy, man. And there's all these opponents at 154, and he want to pick on some little old guy, man.
Yeah, well,
I personally hope that Alvarez, that somehow this guy spoils another party, man. Especially the party of Alvarez.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Josecillo Lopez, go ahead and put the hurting on Alvarez. I don't think that he's going to be able to do it, though. I think Alvarez is going to just be too strong, too big, man. And if Lopez can take those punches from Alvarez, man, I'm telling you, it's going to make me look at Lopez a whole lot different, man, because, what he did to Ortiz was amazing. But if he can move up again and do this shit to Sal Alvarez, damn, this is the prime example.
If he defeats Alvarez, man, this is really what you call like a rags to riches type story, man.
Yeah.
If he does it again, I gotta say, man, he deserves Underdog of the Year award. Shit, Underdog of the fucking decade award. You know what I'm saying, for pulling this shit off. But
that's boxing. That's why top-notch guys are supposed to give C-class guys a chance, because styles make fights in boxing, and the C-class guys tend to be very hungry, and they go out there and bust their ass. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going to happen in the sport.
And another thing that people don't look at in boxing is they look at, technical skills. But what people forget about a lot is heart. A lot of the great fighters fought on heart. There's so many of them who had heart so big, and it was able, just their heart alone, made them capable of defeating somebody who was more athletic or more technically sound than them. So heart has to be looked at. And a lot of these C-class fighters, they have it together more mentally, and they have bigger hearts than some of these guys who are at the top.
Right.
So, I just think that C-class fighters are made to be given shots. You have to give C-class fighters shots to put your style on display against different styles. And the hunger factor is there, which you won't have that with another elite fighter. So, I think, it's stupid when I hear people say, oh, well, he doesn't deserve a shot. Well, shit, every champion that we ever had that were real champions now, none of this fake stuff you got going on now, but every champion who was real champions, from Hagler, Lamont, it don't matter. All of them fought somebody who you could question. They didn't do nothing to get a shot. You know what I'm saying? But you can say that all day.
Right.
It doesn't matter if they're undefeated or not. You could question everybody who in some form or another. You could question all of these guys. What did they do to get a shot? I think that gets thrown around too loosely. Yeah,
I agree. All right, man. Well, we're gonna do another vid coming up soon, man. When there's more information coming out. 78 Fight News, Blood Boxing, holla.
Peace.